Hey, thanks for joining us on the news. Now, Malawi is gearing up for a high-stakes election later this year, with former President Peter Mutharika once again challenging President Lazarus Chakwera for the presidency. Now, as the election season heats up, many Malawians are calling for change, driven by ongoing economic challenges and dissatisfaction with the current leadership. With Election Day on the horizon, questions about the state of election preparations are taking center stage. How far have preparations come? And is the Malawi Electoral Commission fully equipped to handle the process? And now to shed light on these important issues, we're joined by Sangwani Mwafulirwa, the spokesperson for the Malawi Electoral Commission, who will provide an update on the progress made and what's to come. Sangwani, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
An absolute pleasure. Now, Sangwani, can you give us an update on the current state of preparations for the upcoming elections? We know that everyone is gearing up for the elections. How far along is the Electoral Commission in terms of planning and logistics?
Well, I can say we are on course. For us in Malawi, the polling date is set in the Constitution. That is, we already know that it will be on the 16th of September. So all logistics should be scheduled to make sure that the polling happens on that day. So as we speak today, we have done a good number, reached milestones as far as the electoral calendar is concerned. We did an elaborate review of the electoral laws and procedures. You might be aware that the 2019-2020 court elections case, there are so many pronunciations from the court that now warranted a proper and a thorough reviews of the law. This was done, and we had the laws declared effective on the 15th of June 2023. Then, for the first time in 23 years, we had to conduct a comprehensive boundary review. Although the law had previously stated that we should do this every 5 years, we never had this activity for 23 years. So there are so many discrepancies that creating to do with the boundaries of constituencies. So we have done a thorough review of the constituency and what the boundaries. So to this extent, for this election, we are going to have 229 constituencies, up from 193. And for the local councils, we have got 509 wards, up from 462. Apart from that, we had to align, also identify new voter registration centers. The purpose was to ensure that in each and every area, no one walks more than 5 kilometers before they reach a registration center. So we have taken elections much closer to the people by creating more than 1,000 new centers, which are more than 25% of the centers we had with the past. So we have over 6,300 centers for this election. Apart from that, we had to go into voter registration. Considering that we had a comprehensive boundary review, we had to make sure the commission decided that we should do a new voter registration. That is, everyone else had to register. So we have done away with voter registration. We registered between January and December, and then we had a supplementary one in February. We have registered 7.2 million voters, which is about 65% of the number that we had estimated, or the number estimated by the extrapolated from the census, or estimated by the National Statistical Office. Apart from that, the law requires that we should provide an opportunity for people to conduct transfers. So we provided for that window. And those that wanted to change, they did change their places for voting. Now, starting yesterday, that is the 13th of May, we are going into what we call the inspection and verification of the voters register. What we do is to subject the preliminary voters register to public scrutiny. So we open all the registration centers for people to go and verify their details. So apart from opening registration centers, the commission has also given all the 23 political parties we have as registered political parties a copy of this voters register, just for them to scrutinize if the entries we have, the figures we have, in tandem with what their monitors we are correcting when we are doing voter registration. Apart from that, we have given a platform, ESSD, whereby people can dial 2509 and then enter their national ID number or their voter certificate number to verify their names in the voters register. I'm taking time to explain this because just to demonstrate that we are trying all the best we can as the commission to ensure that we provide all the avenues for people to build confidence in the process.
All right, Sangwani.
We know in other countries.
Okay, if you can hear me,
Yes.
I just want to quickly find out, looking back at the previous election cycles, what key lessons would you say that the Commission has learned, and what are the specific steps that are being taken this time to improve transparency, efficiency, and the overall conduct of the election based on the preparations that you have just shared?
Well, what I can say is that each and every election brings its own challenges. You, as an electoral management body, you have to really do balance what the law provides and what the stakeholders are expecting. I'll give an example of that one. When we had the elections last year, in consultation with all stakeholders, in fact, with the pressure from all stakeholders, we created constituency tally centers. There was no provision for constituency tally centers in the law, but every stakeholder agreed that if we have constituency tally centers, that would be one way of enhancing, bringing the tallying process of the results closer to the people where the voting took place, but also it was seen as a greater step in ensuring transparency and accountability in the electoral process. But when the matter was taken to court, the system was faulted. They say, yes, you did this, it might have been the right thing to do, but it wasn't supported by law. So moving forward, the commission made a determination to say, we are going to do everything according to the law. So if stakeholders bring new ideas, fine and good, we'll listen, but we'll weigh them against the law. If it's supported by the law, fine and good, we can do it. But if it's not supported by the law, no matter how appealing, no matter what stakeholders do, we will not do that. So when we are doing this voter registration, there were calls for other people to say no. But although the law provides that you should use the national ID as the official identification document, we also want you to use other means of identification. Though this was a resounding voice, but the commission could not budge and do that. Why? Because it was against the law.
All right, Sangwani, thank you so much for joining us, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing a better electoral process this time around with proper preparation and proper execution as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.